Hi, NCN family. As you probably heard yesterday, Governor Holcomb, in using our core value, Lead with Love, decided to close the schools for the remainder of the school year in order to keep everybody healthy and safe, both staff and students in the schools. And so we're going to be moving forward from here on out with remote learning, which is unfortunate in the fact that we recognize that you can never replace a good teacher in a classroom with kids. We know that. We know that that's the most important thing that we have. However, we also want to keep in mind that our goal is to maximize instructional minutes. And so right now we've been planning on how to continue to maximize instructional minutes in whatever way that we can for our kids to make sure that we're finishing out this year as strong as possible. This time, this uncertain time, sometimes scary time, actually reminds me of a story Mr. Rogers used to tell. And he'd talk about when he would see scary things on TV. His mom would try to kind of relieve his fear by telling him to look for the helpers. There's always helpers if you look close enough. So at this point, I'd like to take a second to thank those who are helpers in our communities, right? Our healthcare workers who are putting their own health on the line just by going to work every day. Even the grocery store workers who are putting their health on the line by going to work every day. Those people, we're very grateful for their work and their help during this time. We are also helpers in our organization, and we're going to continue to be helpers for our communities. We have planned for remote learning. We have a very strong plan for how we're going to execute this moving forward. Our academic teams are going to continue to teach kids during this time. Our ops team has been doing a great job of, figuring out better processes. They went in and got the technology out of our building so we could clean it and potentially distribute it to students who are in need of it to facilitate the academic programming. It's very much a seeing the elephant together moment, and I'm very thankful for all of our employees right now and the hard work that they're putting forward. I think that this is also an interesting time in that we've got lots of people who are gaining a new appreciation for just how difficult teaching is as they're staying at home and trying to teach their own children and do their own jobs. And so I think that the benefit of this is seeing there's a lot of people gaining a new appreciation. I keep saying that the Teacher Appreciation Week, when we get back, is going to be the greatest one of all time, I think, as parents are embracing teachers in a new way. I also think about the way we're helping families remotely. I hear great stories of teachers calling all of their students to check in and how appreciative the families are. Zoom calls with kids to help keep them connected. I loved the Kendesi video last week where the teachers were all singing and dancing and being energetic still, even in these scary times. Or anyone who is following Kendesi's Instagram, I highly recommend it as they celebrate all of the high achievers for online learning. Wonderful way to continue keeping connected, because that's what we're about. Our names are chosen very intentionally because we are those connectors. Enlace literally means a link or a connection in Spanish. Kendesi is that idea of teaching kids with love and an eye towards the future of the village. And so we'll continue to live out in accordance with our names of keeping connected, staying connected with each other, with our communities, with our kids, because that's going to be really important as we move forward through these times. I think you can take a lot of solace or a lot of comfort in the fact that we are very stable. We are a very stable organization, NCN. We are fiscally responsible. We are going to continue to pay our employees throughout this pandemic. Indiana is a very stable state and fiscally responsible. So you can take comfort in knowing that that's not going to be a problem. We are not a sales-based company. I feel for the restaurant owners and places like that who rely on sales to make money. We are not that organization. And so in that way, we are a lot more stable, which should provide comfort for you. Right now, moving forward, we are going to start executing on our remote learning plan. And so next week, you're going to get a lot more information about what that's going to look like coming out of spring break. Our network and leadership teams have been putting a lot of thought into this. So I think that the plan is strong, and I have no doubt you'll be able to execute on it to continue to maximize instructional minutes in whatever way we can for our kids. I'm very appreciative of all the hard work that you've put into this so far, and it's going to be a challenge for the rest of this year because remote learning just isn't the same. But remember, we're going to get a lot of our kiddos back in the fall, and to the extent that we can mitigate lost instructional minutes between now and then is going to just help us out and help the kids out when we get to see their smiling faces in our hallways again. Which I'm excited to see your smiling faces in our hallways again, because there is a definite life in a school building. And while we miss that, we're very appreciative of the work that you have been doing. So keep up the good work. We'll continue to plan. We know there are a lot of things out there that are questions. We're not ignoring those. We're just trying to prioritize right now. So getting a strong remote learning plan in place was our first priority. We'll begin once we execute on that, we'll be able to take the time to think through things like graduation or other things that are just kind of unknowns right now. And we'll keep you updated as we make decisions on those or if we need more information from you. But know that they're on our radar. We're just working through the list of priorities right now to maximize instructional minutes. But in the meantime, very thankful for all the work that you have been doing so far. And I hope that you continue to stay safe and healthy during these times. Thank you very much.